Trying to make it potentially a one-possession game. Up and under Pacey's. That's what they needed right there. Force one here. Up to Chin, who throws it down. Minkler, good ball fake. Gets to the 10. Count it and the foul. Two buzzer beaters to his credit. Goes down the lane. Double pump.
There it is.
Good! Another! And it's a steal by Soden. Soden to the rim. He's got the layup, and Bedford's got the lead. McGeady drives, Strand open, three-pointer up and in. Wow. And they come up with a steal. O'Connell looking for the flush.
Big guys shoot twos.
Step back, Castro trying to tie the game. Juanena up the sideline, Castic way, double pump. Shot up and in! Up and in! Trying to find Bono. Mike with the steal! Mike is going to run up the court! Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Manchester. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week between the Trinity Pioneers and the Pinkerton Astros. We're presented by Beals Insurance, and, well, to put it frankly, not a better seat in the house.
Oh no,
and not a hotter ticket statewide than these two teams, two of the best in Division I. We start with Pinkerton, 14-1 under first-year head coach Mike Dunham. They have won 4 straight and are tied with Bedford at the top of the Division I standings. Of course, they're fresh off a win over the Bulldogs a week ago tonight.
Which gives them the what? The all ever wanted, most inspiring higher seed.
Tiebreaker.
Yes.
Trinity. They've won 3 in a row, 8 of their last 9, and come in at 11-4, tied for third. So, two of the better teams, two of the better programs about to collide here on a Friday night late in the regular season.
Yes, and interesting matchup tonight as well. We have a bit of a smaller team in Trinity against a team that has the biggest, most strong player in the state. I'm curious to find out how they do this. Are they going to play zone, which is kind of what I think. If I'm playing Pinkerton right now, I'm playing 3-2 zone. I'm sitting at home on the big man, and I'm trying to guard the shooters. If they start making shots for some reason, I'm double teaming inside and letting everyone beat me. So I'm curious to see how Trinity will attack this very powerful, at one point averaging over 90 points a game Pinkerton offense. Because nobody's been able to really contain them except for Dover. And that was I'm going to be honest, that was a bit of an anomaly. I kind of heard some things. I don't think Jackson got the ball as much as he normally does. So guess what? Tonight, Trinity's defense, I'm sure, has gotten significantly better as we move forward. Will they trap? Will they create chaos? That could prove problematic for Pinkerton as well.
Yeah. You refer to the one loss for Pinkerton. That was back on January the 26th. Against Dover. 74-58 was the final. They had won 10 straight prior to that defeat and have piled up 4 victories since. They've been led by the 6'9" senior center, Jackson Marshall, averaging a state best 37 per game.
That ranks high in the nation, Nick. I looked at some national rankings, and there's a couple guys in the middle of nowhere that averaging 44, 42. 37 puts him in the top 10 in the country right now in scoring averages from what I looked at today.
There you go. So, first-year head coach Ray Farmer on the Trinity sideline will try to figure out a way for his young team to slow down the state's best player. When we come back, starting lineups, national anthem, and then tip-off from the Queen City at the bottom of the hour. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Starting at guard, a senior, number 20, Charles Whedon. And starting at center, a senior, number 32, Jackson Marshall. Whedon is coached by Mr. Mike Dunham. And now, the starting lineup for your Trinity Pioneers. Starting at forward, the senior, number 2, starting at guard, a sophomore, number 5, Kevin Doherty. Starting at guard, a junior, number 13, John O'Neill. Starting at forward, a junior, number 14, Evan Jungle. And starting at forward, a freshman, number 23, Jordan Torres. Trinity is coached by Mr. Ray Farmer. And if everybody could please stand, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Well, there it is. The national anthem with the aid of the Trinity student section.
Little off key, Nick. Little off
Here
key.
in Manchester, getting us set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, Pinkerton, and Trinity. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. A couple of keys quickly before the tip.
Keys, nerves to start with. You and I spoke about that early. How will Trinity react to playing this team, even though they're at home? How does Pinkerton attack the defense, whatever Trinity decides to do defensively? And how tightly are they going to call this game? We have the Gary Walsh officiating team, father-son. Gary, a longtime official, and his son, Connor, who's now throwing the ball up.
Pinkerton and their Road Reds looking for their 15th win of the season. Coming in with a Division I best record 14-1. Trinity right behind them, having won 8 of 9. They're 11-4, tied for third place. Astros win the tip, and we are underway here in Manchester. This one off the fingertips of Christian Brander, the junior shooting guard. Couldn't quite reel it in front of that standing Pioneer student section, and the ball turned over early to Trinity.
Yeah, the turnover battle, too, will be interesting. Who wins the turnover battle? That always indicates, really, how games end up.
A whistle.
Yes, we dribbled out of bounds early. Wow.
And one turnover apiece here.
That's careless turnover. You got to know your court, right? Know your own court. Make sure you know where you are.
So trip number 2 for Pinkerton. Both teams have opened up here in a man-to-man defensively. Marshall catch and fire 3, in and out. Offensive rebound by Ludden put up. And then it's Dunker who wrestles away the rebound for Trinity. The junior goes behind the back and pulls it out to his classmate Sean O'Neill, the point guard. Here's the 4-year starter, Devon Ellis, one to watch tonight for the Pioneers in their white uniforms. Nearly a minute gone by opening quarter. Both coaches standing on the sidelines encouraging their teams. A good drive by Dunker, leaves it short with the left hand. Andrew Brander the rebound. Looks for Marshall on the wing. The 3 is in the hole.
Marshall early looking to shoot the 3. Came off that high flex cut, mostly maybe a shuffle cut off the top of the key. Got a 3 early. Missed it, but 1 for 2.
So 3-0 Pinkerton. Ellis gets the step. And this one is whistled as a goaltend. Coach Dunham doesn't like it.
Ball was awfully low, Nick. Awfully low on the glass. But he might have. And it's not his call. It's not the baseline official's call. It's the outside official's call who didn't make it. So I'm curious. Take another look in our fine replay.
Looks like it hit the backboard first.
That's too low, though. That should be okay. If ball hits that did not have a chance to go in, that's legal.
Also looked like it was on the side of the rim there as Marshall touched it.
Yeah,
so
it was short.
Right or wrong, it's a goaltend. This one last touch by the defender. And we'll stay with Pinkerton. So the Astros with a 3-2 lead here. With a minute and a half gone by. We've got a full gym here at Trinity High as we expected. Parking was a difficult thing to manage for most of these folks. Meanwhile, it's Marshall on the back door. He's got 5 early.
That's the best over-the-top one-on-one pass they've made when he's been on the low block. A nice lob right to his hand.
Ellis, slicing move. Ball goes off the rim twice. Rebound to Marshall. And now Parker Bienvenu Cernuda, the point guard, trying to reset the offense. Ludden on the baseline. Pretty good move, can't finish. Marshall's got the one-handed tip off the window.
That's just too much. He's just too big. Got to put a body on. You got to push him way out. I know that sounds really difficult, but if you have to turn and face to push him out, that's what you have to do.
7-2 Pinkerton. Meanwhile, the freshman is going to pull the trigger on the 3. It won't fall for Jordan Torres. Offensive rebound collected by Dunker, but the ball batted away in the post. Ludden's pass is picked off. Here's O'Neill down the lane. Left hand short. And Brander his second rebound. Brander going to pump the brakes. Pinkerton a 5-point lead. Nearly 3 minutes gone by opening quarter. Skip past three-pointer. Line drive miss. Brander collects off the bounce. Fires his own 3. In and out. Marshall is fouled on the putback.
Good rebound by Marshall. That's an opportunist basket. It went from 3 from Brander, 3 to another Brander. Follow. Nice tip. Nice tip. Didn't go in, but man, that was a great tip. He gets a rebound for that too, Nick.
Out to an early start here. 7 points, 3 rebounds. And his team out in front 7-2. First trip to the line for the senior. Again, coming in with an eye-popping 37-point per game average, which ironically enough mirrors Matt Bonner, the great Matt Bonner, who led Concord to 3 consecutive NHIAA Division I state championships in the late 90s, and of course had a successful career in the NBA.
Did he average close to that in high school as well?
I think he averaged 37.
37
his senior year.
He was 6'10", too. Geez, 6'10".
1999. Meanwhile, O'Neill, baseline pass, frees up Dunker. High arcing 3 won't go down. Brander on the glass again for Pinkerton. Astros want to push. Christian Brander finger roll won't go. Tip back
Look
out
out.
to Marshall. The three-pointer. It's off the side iron. And finally, it's Ellis who clears the deck for Trinity. Pioneers want to push. O'Neal, baseline floater. Won't go. Ball loose. Bienvenu Cernuda is there, and then a foul is going to be called against Trinity in the backcourt.
Right now, we have a very large disparity in terms of rebounds, too, and that's just Pinkerton crashes the board. Ludden works hard on the glass. He's been really good lately. Really a good counterpart to Marshall inside.
Pinkerton looking to extend their 9-2 lead as we approach the midway point first quarter. Inside out, Ludden for three. Won't go. Good box out there by Ellis as he keeps Jackson on his back.
That's exactly what you have to do.
Pass picked off in the lane. Up ahead, Bienvenu Cernuda. Throws it off the backboard, and there's Marshall to clean it up.
See, that's what you have to do. You have to run the floor. If he runs the floor and cleans up all these misses, you can end up with points and rebounds, and it's not stoppable. You can't stop that.
Ellis for three. Won't go down. Another rebound for Andrew Brander. Up ahead for Marshall. He's going to throw it down.
Throw it down, big man. Throw it down.
Timeout, Trinity.
Holy smokes. That's 13-2 run. That's a pretty big lead right there, Nick. Right off the bat.
The
Wow.
Astros, they travel well. There's a Pinkerton
They
standing
do.
student section behind the visitor bench. They have taken over the gym, at least momentarily, just past the midway point of this first quarter. Hot start for Pinkerton.
And you know what? Right now, Jackson Marshall is doing something he hasn't done the last few games we've seen him. He is running the floor, and he's cleaning up, like I said, the misses on the layups. A contested layup, a lot of times guys will miss that, and what happens? If you trail, you tip it in. Right? He's doing that. He doesn't normally do that. He's finding ways to get baskets that doesn't require him to post up. Trinity's got to find a way to get back on defense and stop that and just score. They got to be able to score. They got to attack the basket, get layups, pull Marshall away from the basket, and see if they can get some shots close to the rim.
All 13 Pinkerton points have been scored by Jackson Marshall. He's had help from Andrew Brander, who has had 5 rebounds early on in this opening quarter.
Oh, yeah, he's big on the glass early, big.
Trinity looking for a response. O'Neal driving kick. Dunker steps into a three, won't go, and then a whistle.
Cernuda with a push.
And a foul against Pinkerton's point guard.
He didn't, you can make that call, but that didn't really bear anything. They got the rebound. Trinity still had the rebound, so there wasn't much there. See, they zone the out of bounds. Let's see if they can get something. Trinity can get a basket off this zone on the out of bounds. No, they do not.
Here's Torres, the freshman. Crossover dribble, left-hand finish.
Good move. Got to do that. You got to take it to him. See what you got. Take him out. Go by him.
So it's a 9-point game as we hit 3 minutes to go first quarter. Ludden's three won't go. Bodies are on the floor, and a foul is going to be called against Marshall.
Oh, no. I don't know about that one.
That'll be his first, as you see there, tangled up with Ellis.
I don't know. He got sort of undercut there, did he? I didn't see the hook. Did you? I don't know about that.
So 2 team fouls each way, the first on Marshall. Now the Pioneers look for buckets on back-to-back trips. There's Kevin Doherty, 2-year starter, the sophomore, one of the scoring leaders for Trinity.
If I'm Pinkerton too, I'm just having Marshall just stand in the paint. Let him shoot jumpers. Just stay in the paint. Wait for him to come to you. Like that.
And there's the block, but there's Torres on the cleanup.
Torres. They need Torres now. Freshman, right? Freshman, Nick. Whew.
He's got 4 of the 6 for Trinity. Bienvenu Cernuda with a leaner, won't go. Dunker up ahead for Ellis, and there's the layup. No! Rejected by Ludden.
Good block, Ludden. Woo!
Across the lane, Dunker too strong on the layup attempt. Pinkerton the other way. The trailer is Brander, and there's the
nice
scoop shot.
Nice little spin shot.
Meanwhile, the ball out of bounds. And last touch by the defense. We'll see the first sub either way as Trinity goes to the bench. Jamar Gregory Aline, sophomore, has come on to play one of the guard spots, replacing Dunker.
Pace is frenetic, Nick. Frenetic.
That's number 2 on Cernuda.
Yeah, they need him in the game. Now you lose a ball handler. Your primary ball handler.
James Wallace comes on, 6'3" senior. So a bigger lineup on the floor here for Pinkerton with 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Largest lead still on the board. No, excuse me. The biggest deficit we've seen was 11. Right now it's a 9-point game. Ludden going to foul O'Neal and send the junior to the free throw line. As you see there, turned on the gas, got the step, and then Ludden makes contact with O'Neal on the follow-through. So that's his first.
Yeah, they're going to have to attack, Nick. They got to attack the basket and then maybe get some kickouts when you get help from Jackson Marshall inside. Kick the ball out, and you got to make free throws. Any opportunity where you get something, you got to make those.
Ball rattled in and out there. Second one for O'Neal is up and good. A little bit of pressure here from the Pioneers. Astros get it into the front court without an issue. Christian Brander catch and fire. That's a deep 3. Ball is tipped near side, kept alive by Torres for his 3rd rebound. Into the corner, Aline ready to fire. It's too strong. Wallace the board. Pass up ahead off our table up here in press row and turned back over to Trinity.
I'd like to see Pinkerton come down, slow down a little bit, come down, set up the offense half court, put Jackson on the block, and go from there.
8-point game. Pioneers trying to make it a 2-possession difference. Aline with a baseline drive back to O'Neal, and he's got the teardrop.
That's it. Attack the basket, cut.
So O'Neal with 3 straight, and Trinity is within 6. They force a turnover, and Ellis has a layup. Now the steal by Jamar Gregory Aline, and then the assist on the Ellis layup brings the Pioneers back within 4. Here's Marshall, lost his footing, and a travel is called.
Pull the chair out, Nick. See that? Old school pull the chair out on the spin move. Backed away, reach, fell down.
So back-to-back Pinkerton turnovers. Trinity trying to ride the wave here in the final minute of this first quarter, trailing 15-11 after falling behind by as many as 11.
Found their bearings a little bit, momentum shift. Calm down. We were worried a little about nerves in the beginning, right? So they seem to have calmed down. They're playing much better as we've gone on.
Pinkerton opened up scoring 13 of the game's first 15 points. Final half minute. Coach Farmer wants a clear out. Torres step back 3, up and in. Well, the freshman has lit the fire here early. He's got 7. Meanwhile, Marshall going to pull his way to the rim for 2 more.
Marshall gets another.
15 for Marshall. Final 10 seconds. Torres goes past the senior. The layup won't go. Ball tipped back to Torres. Down to 3 seconds. O'Neal's got to hurry. Leans into a 3 and just missed.
Good look at it. Good look.
Pinkerton, after a 13-2 lead, Trinity comes back, and we have a 3-point game after 1. 17-14, second quarter next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, back here in the Queen City. Second quarter, Trinity and Pinkerton here in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week, presented by Beals Insurance. Astros trying to maintain their lead in the Division I standings. Trinity came in tied for third, hoping to close the gap and pull off the upset. Meanwhile, a travel is called.
It'll skip.
That'll be the fourth Pioneer turnover, as Pinkerton will take over here. Jackson Marshall led the visitors to a hot start, scoring the first 13 points for his team, part of a 15-point first quarter. Pinkerton led early 13-2. Pioneers rallied, and here we have a 6-point difference after Christian Brander drills his first from downtown.
Yeah, they're not really looking to throw the ball inside for some unknown reason, but they're ahead. Things are going pretty well.
Dunker got the step. The junior can't hit the layup.
Got to make those.
Well, lid on the basket at that end of the court. As the Pioneers had some good looks in that first quarter that just wouldn't go. Inside out, Christian Brander stays hot.
That's what we're talking about, inside out, right? You wait for the double, spot up, you're going to get so many open shots that way because no one plays that way anymore. And they can play that way and be successful and be almost unbeatable if they shoot well.
Well, Coach Dunham animated on the sideline trying to direct this zone defense for Pinkerton. They produced the miss. Jackson swallows up his fifth rebound. And now Pinkerton up 9, looking to match their largest lead from back in the first quarter when they led by 11. Andrew Brander is called for a travel.
Another one. See, that's when you should have thrown the ball inside, get the ball back on a give and go. Easy basket.
Well, Devon Ellis drawing the unenviable task of trying to deny the 6'9 Jackson Marshall.
Yeah, you got to play in front, try and deny him the ball. You know what? He's not nearly as big, but he's doing a really good job. He's strong. He's got a good, nice base. He can hold Marshall off the block, at least push him off the glass.
Arguably Trinity's best all-around athlete. He's a 4-year starter. Meanwhile, inside out, Torres, who led the way in the first quarter, is going to knock down a 3. He's the first Pioneer in double figures. It's his second from downtown, and it's a 2-possession game again at 23-17. Andrew Brander, crossover down the lane. No, Marshall's there, and he puts 2 more in the hole.
He keeps cleaning up for his teammates, right? Throw him the ball, and you'll get it back.
17-6 in this first half for Marshall. Meanwhile, Ellis driving Dunker is there, goes back out for Doherty. The sophomore looks to get in the lane, and a foul is called on the floor. It'll be the first foul either way in this second quarter.
I do like Torres' approach right now, though. He's attacking Marshall, what you're supposed to do. Make him come out and guard you and then go by him if you can. Got to get help. They got to help each other out on defense. Right now, you got to get some other guys involved, though, from Trinity. It can't just be the Torres show. He's playing great.
Here's Dunker in the post. Baseline pass tipped out of bounds by Wallace.
You know how I feel about that pass, Nick. That baseline pass is dangerous.
Tough angle.
Very common, though, now. A lot of baseline passes. I'd have got yelled at when I was in high school for throwing that one.
Here's Dunker. Bounce pass for Torres.
Good pass.
For Ellis, who gets the finish. Ellis, 6 points. Trinity within 6. Wallace double team, finds Christian Brander. He's wide open, short on the 3 attempt. Torres on the glass. The freshman with 5 rebounds. He's going to go down the lane, left-hand shot, a little short. Christian Brander up the floor for Marshall. That one is tipped. No, a foul is called. And now Marshall will head to the free throw line.
He's running. He's running the floor. Again, I just like to see him go to your bread and butter. I'm that guy. You know, throw the ball inside. And you know what they used to tell us, and you don't hear this anymore, but the ball comes down across his half court. Nobody else gets to shoot until he touches the ball. He touches it, then he kicks it out. We move the ball from there, right? That's how it used to be. Coaches would tell you that. Isn't that crazy, though, right? Did you ever? I don't know if you heard that, but I used to hear that. We'd hear that when I played. I go, all right, I'm okay with that if it's me.
Meanwhile, Marshall, perfect at the line in this first half. Now 4 for 4, 19 points and counting as we head towards the midway point, second quarter. Pinkerton is led throughout and now out in front, 27-19. Pioneers.
Doherty has to shoot that last one. He made a nice move. He could have pulled up because he has a really nice shot off the dribble. Got to make him guard you.
O'Neal for 3. Able to pull up on the pick and pop. Got a good ball screen there from Dylan Gartside. The sophomore who just checked in for Trinity for the first time. O'Neal's got 6. And the Pioneers come up with a steal. O'Neal trying to keep it alive is called for the travel.
Tough one. Got a new player in there. We got Gartside, right? 24, a bigger player trying to push Jackson around inside a little bit, doing a good job.
He's on Marshall here. Astros by 5. Ludden thought about it. Inside out, Christian Brander pulls the trigger. And a long rebound for Aline. Aline with the crossover. Looks for Doherty in the corner. He's got Dunker on the wing. O'Neal up top. Down the lane, back to the corner for Doherty. And there's the 3. Too strong. Gartside is going to be called for a foul. He pushed off.
Yeah, just
a little shove
bit.
there that sent Christian Brander flying. So Gartside is hit with his first.
A little hand on the shoulder to get him up a little higher.
2 team fouls against Trinity here in this second quarter. 3.5 to go until halftime. Marshall in the high post. Gartside trying to front him. They do get it to him.
That's it.
Puts it off the window. And he draws the foul.
That's a good pass. A tough pass, though. Do you see that? He did it defensively. Gartside did a nice job. That's just a really good pass and a good catch. And that's a tough shot. That's beautiful. Beautiful shot.
21 points for Marshall. And he has shot a high percentage from the floor here in this first half as well. He's been, as I mentioned earlier, perfect at the free throw line. So it's 5 for 5. The lead is back to 8.
I don't think he's missed, Nick, other than a three-pointer, right? I think he's hit all his 2-footers. Has he missed any 2-footers? I don't think. I mean, we don't do percentages very well over here because that's mathematics. You're good at it. I'm not. Mathematics. Oh, makes the world go round, though, right, baby? Mathematics.
Well, shot attempts are tough to track.
Hey, we can do it.
Especially when we're tracking everything else.
2-3 zone right now for Pinkerton.
Yep. We're
Smart.
inside of 3 minutes. Doherty in the post. Juggled the ball. Back out for O'Neal.
He can do that, right, and keep Marshall at home. He doesn't have to go out and chase. Everybody else like that can chase.
There's a steal. Good play by Troy Galler, who just came on for the Astros. Comes away with the steal, and now it's Marshall for 3. That one in and out. O'Neal, a strong rebound, and a foul is called against Galler.
Getting after it. You know, one thing my dad, who was a coach for 1,000 years, would say, you don't turn the ball over against the zone. You don't. There's no reason to turn the ball over against the zone. Move the ball and don't lob the ball. Right? If you're attacking, you throw bounce passes. You can throw skip passes, but you don't turn the ball over against the zone.
Meanwhile, Torres, after a brief rest, is back in the lineup for Trinity. Pioneers down 8. They've trailed by as many as 11. Gartside, high post. Finds Doherty, three-pointer. Won't go for the sophomore. Torres tried to keep it alive, but could not pull it in. The ball back to Pinkerton.
But I like that, though. Doherty, right? Catch and shoot. Don't dribble. Don't do anything else. Don't think about it. Catch, shoot. Catch, shoot. Confidence. Have confidence. Catch and shoot.
Pioneer fans trying to give the defense a lift. And a carry. It's going to give the ball back to Trinity.
Yeah, they don't call that anymore, hardly.
Pinkerton has had their fair share of turnovers in this first half. 8 giveaways by my count. But
no, you got it. You got it.
Nonetheless, they have played with the lead.
And the turnovers haven't been, I mean, they've been kind of goofy turnovers, a couple of them. That's not, like that carry right there, that's not a good turnover.
Astros will stay in this 2-3 zone. That's been the look here in this second quarter. Gartside for 3. Out of the corner, can't get it. Marshall is fouled.
And that, no, not free throw time yet. Never know when the free throw time is coming.
That is the 4th team foul against Trinity. And the first against Jamar Gregory Aline. Inside of 2 minutes until halftime. Coming up at halftime, a look back at the first half, stats, highlights, analysis, plus an out-of-town scoreboard as well. Meanwhile, Andrew Brander goes right to the rim. Can't convert.
Yeah, we don't need to do that early.
Gregory Lean, drive and dish, extra pass, frees up Torres, three-pointer. Won't go down. And there's Ludden.
Ludden again.
Step through move. This is Connor Dempsey who just came on. Dempsey trying to follow his own miss. Meanwhile, Marshall
Couple of fouls there. Dempsey got away with a push over the back. Couple of hard fouls. Yeah, that wasn't that foul right there knocked him down. The foul before that, wow.
So they get Jamar Gregory Aline with the foul. It's his second, as he has a word with the first-year head coach Ray Farmer.
He's coming and give him a little spark. Rebounds, pushing the ball up the floor. Rare miss today.
It's the first miss for Marshall. 5 for 6. And that one in and out. There's Dempsey on the board, though, and Pinkerton will keep it at this end. Trying to avoid the trap. Now the ball is tipped. O'Neal skies for it. Throws it up ahead for Doherty.
Another turnover.
And then the bounce pass intercepted by Dempsey. Up the floor for Marshall. Look out!
Throw it down, big man.
Another tomahawk, his second dunk of this first half.
That'll get him fired up.
10-point game as we hit the minute mark until halftime. O'Neal off the dribble, pull up three, off target. Guard side is fouled.
Guard side, good rebound. I heard the ball, I heard it from here. Heard that from here on that offensive rebound. Slap of the ball. We're not going to get a good look. I think we're too far away, but man, I heard the slap. Can't tell from our angle.
It's on one of the Branders. They're going to give it to Andrew. And that is his first. 13 foul against Pinkerton. Meanwhile, Gartside hits his first free throw.
I mean, this may be the first time we've seen Gartside, I think, right? Have we seen him yet? I don't know if we've seen Gartside yet. Good for him.
He's getting meaningful minutes here in this first half.
Got
Goes 1 for 2 at the line there to bring Trinity back within 9. Now Pinkerton hoping to match their largest lead. They go back door, and there it is.
Beautiful flex cut, back door, Andrew Brander for the layup.
His second field goal, and the lead 11.
That's just, you got to help defense. You got to help each other out on that. If you help side on that, there's no way they can get a layup.
Ellis for Aline, the three is too strong out of the corner. Dempsey, his second rebound, and I believe Coach Dunham wants the final shot here. Well, I'm wrong.
Well, he might have wanted it, but he ain't getting it.
Christian Brander hits his third from downtown. We're down to 10 seconds. Pinkerton, their largest lead on the board, 37-23.
All of a sudden, too, they just sort of boom, 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 right in a row.
Ellis for three, won't get it. Marshall the rebound. The full court heave is off target. So that will do it for the first half. Pinkerton started the game on a run, and they end the first half on a run. All in all, it's a 14-point edge, 37-23.
That's dual runs for them. I thought Trinity did a really good job coming back from that early 13-2 deficit and got themselves back in the game, and then they kind of just couldn't make any shots there that last few minutes, and just, all of a sudden Pinkerton came down. They made shots. They couldn't make shots. And people laugh. They all, the defense. You got to make shots. That's all. It doesn't. You can do anything you want. You can run anything you want. You still have to make shots, right? Trinity makes those shots. The game is closer. So they're not like that far away. Make a few more. Back in the game quickly. Marshall's already got 24 and 10. So, that's okay. He's going to get his. Maybe got to contain some of the other guys a little bit now too, right?
He's getting his.
We need some containment of the other players.
That's an understatement for sure. Coming up, we'll tally up all the stats, get you the highlights, and a busy Friday night as well here as we approach the final week of the regular season in Division I. So a lot to get to coming up in a moment. Halftime here in Manchester. Pinkerton a 37-23 lead over Trinity. We're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
All right, we're back here at halftime in Manchester. You can see Pinkerton starting to warm up there. Trinity still in the locker room.
Oh, wait.
Big lead for the Astros, 37-23 as we get set for the start of the third quarter.
This happened at Merrimack. Remember that when Trinity didn't come out? Remember that?
That's right.
They didn't come out. The bell rang. The time ran off. They still didn't come out. I was like, what's up with that? I hope that didn't happen today. They need to warm up a little bit because they didn't play that poorly. They just missed shots.
Be interesting to see what Coach Farmer's approach will be here in the second half. His team hung tight.
They did.
It was mostly a single-digit game throughout that first quarter. Pinkerton, of course, got out to the hot start, scoring 13 of the game's first 15. And that was the high water mark for a while until a mini 5-0 run to close the door on the first half, pushed the lead back up into double digits.
Well, Pinkerton's getting what they want, right? They're getting what they want. But Trinity would have made some of those open shots. We've seen them play enough times to where they make some of those open shots. What I'd like to see them do is employ that half-court run and jump, sort of amoeba trapping defense. That's what I want. I want to see that. And if they can do that, I think that might give them a chance. Just a little confusion, a little chaos for Pinkerton, right?
Like we saw when the Pioneers beat Merrimack.
Absolutely.
Earlier this season.
That. Let's see some traps. Let's see them avoid throwing the ball inside, all that stuff.
Well, both of these teams, as we know, have been on our radar here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire.
Absolutely.
From the get-go. Pinkerton, of course, they won the first 10 games on the slate before dropping their first and only contest against Dover in late January. They rallied back to win 4 straight, including a convincing win over Bedford in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week a week ago.
That was a game of the month. That was college playoff feel. That was big time.
That was the real deal for sure, and could be a preview of next month's tournament. Trinity, meanwhile, in the minds of some, they've flown under the radar.
Yeah,
in fact,
well.
They've been playing outstanding basketball as of late. They've won 8 of 9. The only loss, again, was when we were there against Exeter, a game in which they led throughout, but eventually dropped to the Blue Hawks in overtime. So outside of that blemish, they've been pretty much perfect the last month or so of the season. So it's 2 red-hot teams coming in. And as we look at the first half numbers, well, the numbers don't lie. Jackson Marshall, 6'9" senior. How many's he got, Justin?
Well, he's got 24 and 10 right now.
There you go.
24 and 10 half. He's only missed 1 free throw. I don't think he's missed anything other than a couple, maybe a 3 or 2, and that's it. And then you find on the other side, now Trinity has 3 players, right? They have Ellis, Doherty, and O'Neill. 13.9, 13.1, 12.2. That's what they're averaging, right? And right now we have Ellis that has 6 and a rebound. Doherty hasn't scored yet. O'Neill has, 6. And then Torres has played, wonderfully for a freshman. He's played for anybody. He's played wonderfully, but he's only a freshman.
He's got 10 to lead Trinity.
10 and 5 rebounds. So he's played great. But they're getting out rebounded considerably as well. So it's one of those things where you got to find a way to claw your way back. And Pinkerton does get the ball here in the second half, which is trying to remember who won that. I thought Pinkerton won the tip. Did we have a jump ball? Then should be Trinity's ball, Nick. Remember, Pinkerton got the tip. They came this way. Something's wrong there, Nick. What did I miss? Did I miss something?
I thought you might have been right, but
Nick, there was not a jump ball that half.
Pinkerton going to open up here with the basketball. They lob it from Marshall, can't flush it, follows his own miss, and does finish off the glass.
But look at that, though. Look at that. He missed it, still was able to get his hands on it, get an offensive rebound, and put the ball in. So a nice play run. If Marshall could really get up, he would have thrown that and ripped the rim off.
Meanwhile, a travel is called. Well, Marshall now with 26 and 11. As it looked like Coach Dunham had something drawn up for that initial possession. Meanwhile, Ellis, as we see there, called for the travel.
Here it is. Now here it is. Maybe Trinity will have some luck with this press. The half-court trap.
It leads to an open 3. It's Andrew Brander, can't hit, and then Torres is knocked down and fouled.
Ludden with a little push, I guess.
Yeah, they're going to get Ludden with the first foul either way. 45 seconds into this third quarter. That'll be the second on Ludden.
It does help when you have a 6'9" guy you can put in the middle against a half-court trap and just throw him the ball, and then he can kind of distribute, to the open guys. You don't really have to. You don't have to let yourself get trapped.
Meanwhile, here's Connor Bishop, who played sparingly in that first half. Torres down the lane, almost got it to go. But he was hit on the forearm and will shoot two.
I don't think we saw Bishop at all. We've seen other games. He's played considerably. He didn't play at all in the first half.
Well, he played about a minute.
Did he get in for a minute? Oh, they missed that. Wow.
But he's out here early in this third quarter.
He's starting this quarter, though. He's
just a sophomore. It's a young Trinity team overall. You've got Ellis as the lone senior starter.
So Dunker right now is sitting down.
Meanwhile, Torres can't hit the free throw.
Maybe they figure they go with a little bit more size with Bishop.
Well, now Bishop going to sit, and we're going to get a look at Dylan Gartside again, who did play well off the bench in regular rotation in that first half. Meanwhile, Torres eyeing the rim, looking to make the most of his first trip to the line tonight, and he does go 1 for 2.
Almost looks like they're going offense, defense. Bishop sitting close over there on that side next to one of the multitude of pillars here in this gym.
Three-pointer for Wallace. A good look out of the corner. Won't go. Follows his own miss. Leans into a second shot that won't hit either. And there's Ellis to clear the glass for Trinity. Trying to keep his balance and the dribble. His team down 15. Finds Torres on a good flash and finish.
He's playing well. Torres, you know what? If anybody's playing well, Torres is playing well for them. He's keeping them in the game right now.
He's got 13, a team high. Pinkerton's lead is cut to 13. Meanwhile, Christian Brander looks for another from downtown. He's hit 4. He's the second Astro to double figures with 12.
Oh, man, they know when he gets hot. He hit 11 one time. You got to get a hand up, right? Hand down, man down. Get a hand up.
Guard side for 3. Off the front iron, and Ludden wants to run the other way. The senior goes down the lane, lost it off the rim. Lobbed inside to Marshall, who flicks it up near the iron and draws a foul as Gartside, who's breathing down his neck.
That was his first miss around the basket. He kind of got a little lazy on that one. Yeah, normally he makes those. He kind of let up a little bit at the end.
Never quite had it off the fingertips.
No.
He was 5 of 7 in that first half at the free throw line.
You see how he trailed, though, to get that, that off the miss? He didn't quite get there because it was quicker than he thought, but he's still trailing, trying to get that rebound and tip in.
27 points tonight for Marshall. 12 rebounds. Meanwhile, Coach Dunham continuing to work his guys up and down the visitor sideline. Another perfect trip to the stripe for Marshall. The lead is 18 for the first time as the gap continues to grow in favor of Pinkerton. The Astros hoping to close in on their 15th win of the season and maintain their lead atop the Division I standings.
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but right now Trinity's got to get it down to 8 for the quarter, just so they can feel good about the fourth quarter going into that, and they have a chance to win.
So tip back out to Ellis and a second chance coming up for Pinkerton. For Trinity.
We've seen Ellis be much more aggressive offensively, too. I would like to see him be a little bit more aggressive just like that offensively.
There's a 3, back iron miss. Wallace on the glass for the Astros. Backdoor, Christian Brander, good ball fake. Around the horn it goes. Andrew goes down the lane, over O'Neal, can't twirl it home. Ellis has his 6th rebound for Trinity. Bounce pass, backdoor, Torres the finish. Torres with 5 of his team-high 15 coming in this third quarter. Marshall catches the lob, goes up, and scores with the right hand.
Much too easy inside, much too easy. Got to push him out.
18 is the lead again. O'Neal cut it to 16.
Can't trade baskets, though, right? We got to make sure that we get a stop. Come down, get just a couple stops.
It's the junior O'Neal's first field goal of this third quarter. Give and go. Ludden gets it to go, and the foul.
There's Ludden again. Ludden really didn't score at all in the first half, but
hasn't looked to shoot much, but that time a good off-ball cut, and he's rewarded there with the right-hand layup and a chance for one more.
Gotta love the give and go, right? You give it up, you get it back. You love your teammates for that. Point to them, tell them good pass. You young people out there, always, always, always say your teammates, good pass. That way you get the ball back again another time. Good ball movement.
Doherty for 3. Well, Trinity
movement.
needs him. Came in averaging just under 13 a game.
First basket, too.
Was held scoreless in that first half, but too good of a shooter to be kept off the sheet. Meanwhile, Marshall lost it. Slapped out of bounds on a good defensive play by Courtside. It'll stay with Pinkerton.
That was. A little too nonchalant going to the basket that time. Could have turned and just gone up and took that extra step.
Good defensive play by the sophomore, getting his left hand on the basketball. 15 is the Pinkerton lead. They have never trailed on the road here tonight. Meanwhile, a foul is called away from the ball on the inbound.
Hold. There's a hole on the cut. They tried to set a back pick. And you can see they'll probably do it again. Christian Brander will come up, set a back pick for Marshall, and they're like double teaming it. See, he's trying to get to the basket.
Courtside just picked up his third. Meanwhile, miscommunication leads to a turnover.
10 turnovers for Pinkerton, yet they still lead.
So Trinity will get it back as we hit the midway point of this third quarter. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Coach Dunham going to switch up the defensive look again here. As we get a three-quarter court press.
Got to work on that for the playoffs, right? Work on your traps. You're ahead.
Courtside for three. Brander has been on the glass here tonight. His sixth rebound for Pinkerton.
I don't know if they're looking for Brander or for Courtside to shoot those threes. Maybe attack. Just put him down the block. Just rebound and play good defense at this point.
Marshall puts the shoulder down and gets the shot to go.
And he probably was fouled on that play as well.
32 points, the state's leading scorer. Courtside, another three. Won't go. Marshall, a loud rebound for Pinkerton. Up ahead for Ludden. Finds Wallace in the corner. And his foul. No, a travel is called.
You can see
he
that.
dragged the privet foot. And the ball goes back to the Pioneers. Meanwhile, a sub here. Coach Farmer is going to take Courtside off the floor.
Yeah, he
and replace him with Connor Bishop.
Good call. Courtside's got to know when to shoot, when not to shoot. Big fella. Right? Get in there, rebound. I think his job right now is to guard Jackson.
Here's Bishop. Gets Jackson in the air, goes to the rim, but can't convert.
Good tip
rebound
out.
tipped out to Marshall. Up ahead for Ludden, who is fouled from behind.
Good tip out by Christian Brander.
Going to get Ellis. Try to swipe that one. Drew contact from behind. That is Trinity's fourth team foul, so they're up against the limit.
Yeah, I think we're at 5, right? No, what they do? He just held up. What?
That was number 4, I believe.
Did he call the foul on 5? Did he call it on 5?
No, they called it on Ellis, his second. Meanwhile, here's Marshall, and a foul at the rim is going to go against the Pioneers, and that will put them over the limit.
He looks a little tired tonight. You notice that? Little tired. I think he's taking a bit of a beating.
Has not sat. He's played every minute so far.
You might give him a rest here. Maybe at the end of this quarter with about a minute left, give him that 1 minute rest plus the quarter break because he looks a little winded.
Going to miss that one.
When you start missing free throws, that's usually an indication you might be a little weary.
7 of 10 tonight at the line. Inside of 3 minutes, third quarter. Big lead on the board for Pinkerton. Marshall adds to it. 1 for 2 trip for the senior. Astros back in the zone press.
Tonight, a little 1-3, almost a 1-3-1. They weren't sure. I don't think Wallace was sure what he was doing.
Torres for 3. Leaves it short. Andrew Brander, rebound number 7. Ludden, good one-on-one crossover. Drops it in the corner. The shooter is ready. The 3 won't go for Christian Brander. And then it's tipped out of bounds and last touch by Torres, so it'll stay with Pinkerton. Meanwhile, we get a first look at Derek Aurelia.
We haven't seen him yet.
Sophomore going to check in for the first time for Trinity. Christian Brander catching fire. That time it's up and in.
Hand up. I mean, really, you got to get a hand up. He's made 5 of those. 5 threes. Got to get a hand up.
Meanwhile, a foul is called that'll send Ellis to the line. It's like Marshall blocked the shot, but the foul comes first.
Now, that was an actual good pin. I'm surprised they didn't call another T on that. That was a good pin. Right off the glass. Ball was low. 2 shots.
We're going to get Ludden with the foul. That's his third. Coach Dunham looks at the bench, and he's going to bring Dempsey back into the game.
That's Ellis' first trip to the free throw line.
Ludden will head to the bench. Meanwhile, Jamar Gregory-Aline back in the game for Trinity. The sophomore played well off the bench in that first half. He replaces Evan Dunker.
Yeah, Coach Farmer's really rotating guys in and out. I think he's trying to get his players to be in certain spots and do certain things, and if they're not doing it, he's taking them out right now. Almost like he's using this as a good barometer for practice for the playoffs. These two teams could meet again in the playoffs, Nick.
Ellis, 2 for 2 trip. He's got 8 tonight. Meanwhile, Wallace providing some bench points for his team as Pinkerton up 21 for the first time as we hit the 2-minute mark, third quarter. Ellis trying to shake off Wallace. Pull-up won't go. Christian Brander, a weak side rebound. It's tipped out of bounds, and they're saying it's last touched by Christian Brander. Rolled off his fingertips, apparently.
Yeah, it could have been a foul. That lucky, no foul called.
Wide open is Bishop, three-pointer. Halfway down, won't go. Ellis there to clean up.
Good rebound. There's Ellis. Good rebound.
Ellis in double figures with 10 points to go with a team-high 7 rebounds. Doing everything he can to keep his team in the game, but still a big hill to climb. Here's Marshall, who was fouled on the catch.
He's shooting 2.
And again, Trinity is over the limit.
Yeah, for 138, they're gonna shoot free throws. I just keep attacking the basket, throwing it inside. They'll shoot a million free throws. Give him a little bit of a rest if you can give him just a little time. I give Jackson a break. After this free throw, I give him a break. Give him a minute 32 plus the minute break. Get him back in the fourth quarter.
Meanwhile, Dunham is going to take out Wallace. Coach Dunham is going to take out Wallace as Marshall hits another. And for the first time, we look at Brady Sullivan, 6'1" sophomore guard, in the lineup for Pinkerton. Final 90 seconds, third quarter. Ellis into the lane, right-hand shot short. Ball tipped in the air several times before it's finally reeled in by Sullivan for Pinkerton. Astros get the stop they want. Now a chance for the visitors to push the lead up even further. They go inside, and Marshall's got another 2.
That's the one right there, inside. Cuts, nice cut, right to the block, just above the low block. Easy pass, easy layup inside.
He's at a season average of 37 right now. As he's put up 13 here in this third quarter.
Yeah,
there's a 3. Good-looking stroke for Connor Bishop, providing some bench points for his team. Trinity back within 20.
And Bishop can score. We've seen that. He can score. Now they get away. See, now they're calling the push way out there. Bishop kind of banging around with Jackson.
Trying to front the post.
I like it, though. Call it when you see it out there. That way it doesn't get worse. It doesn't get too much as the game goes on. I mean, we're halfway through, more than halfway through.
Yeah,
but
you can see veteran Gary Walsh, the official, having a word with the youngster.
It's a good
teaching
call.
Moment, perhaps.
Hey, you got to let him know you can't push and shove.
I think some of the reason we only saw him sporadically in the first half was because he had 2 fouls, as he just got hit with his 3rd here.
You know who we haven't seen in like more than just like they say in a minute? Bienvenu Cernuda. We haven't seen him at all. Second half.
He picked up 2 quick fouls in that first half.
Hasn't played in the second half. I mean, you have 2 fouls. Maybe he's giving him a break. I don't know. I don't. They're playing well right now without him, so you give him a little bit of rest, get some other guys some playing time maybe.
Right. Meanwhile, foul on the floor is going to go against Sullivan.
Got to cut him off. That's when you wanted to work on. Right now, Pinkerton could have worked on that help defense, though. Slide over. Jackson should have slid over and stepped in front of that. Right now, you see, you just kind of let it go. In the playoffs, you're going to want to step over and get that help defense. He has to be there, step in front, and make him change that shot. Right now, you're ahead by 20 points, 22 points. So
Torres is fouled. Freshman got thumped near the rim.
Should be on Dempsey.
We'll stop the clock with just inside of 24 seconds to go in this third quarter. Foul does go against Dempsey, his first, and now both teams are in the bonus for the final 23.7 seconds.
You're short, a little fatigue. Everybody's tired. Torres has played a lot. Torres has played really well today.
15 points, a team high to go with 6 rebounds.
Ellis has played well. Torres has played well. Got to get more. When you play Pinkerton, though, you got to have 4 or 5 guys play really well.
In and out for Torres. Trying to follow his own miss. Body's on the ground. Aurelia, wraparound pass for Aline, too much. Into the cheerleaders it goes, and it will stay with Trinity with 15 seconds.
They're not giving up. They're hustling. They're working their butt off to try and get the ball back and get another shot at it.
See if Coach Farmer wants the last shot. Nope. Ellis steps into a long two. Torres trying to keep it alive, or really is there. Down to 5 seconds. Ellis hanging, knocked down by Wallace. Make that Dempsey. A foul is called with inside of 3 seconds. So Devon Ellis, a strong take. Going to head back to the free throw line.
There's no quitting these guys. The Trinity plays hard. They're fighting to the end, diving on the floor. That's what you want to see, though, right? You want to see that. If you're down by 22 and your team is still battling like this, you're still fighting, that tells me that you're ready to go. Okay, it's getting away from them tonight, but playoff time, they're going to be ready to go, and they're not going to quit. We have some very strange noises going on, Nick. I don't know what that is. That's some speaker issues. Freaking me out, though. Freaking me out, Nick.
4 speakers in front of us here on the stage. Meanwhile, pass intercepted. Ellis pulls the trigger, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Pinkerton flexing their muscles here on the road, looking to extend their win streak and capture their 15th victory of the season. Is it the Astros night, or does Trinity have some comeback magic? We find out next. Fourth quarter on the other side. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, a tough take there by Devon Ellis.
Love that.
Going to start off the fourth quarter in the right fashion for his team. Trinity trying to claw their way back, but still trail big, 62-43. Here's O'Neal, almost got the steal.
Yeah, it should have been a turnover.
And then a foul is called along the sideline against Evan Dunker of Trinity. Meanwhile, Parker Bienvenu-Cernuda is back in the game for Pinkerton. His first appearance of the second half. Charles Ludden is back on the floor. In fact, all 5 Pinkerton starters begin the fourth quarter in action for Coach Mike Dunham.
And Trinity opening to the zone. That's kind of what that's a good way to help contain Jackson Marshall inside, is play that zone.
8th rebound for Ellis. Up ahead for Doherty for 2. Well, a good outlet pass. Doherty with 5, all in this second half. Pioneers trying to put together one final push. Down 17, they force a miss.
A rare miss inside.
O'Neal, foot on the gas, finds the red-hot Doherty. Can't convert from the corner. And here comes Andrew Brander, up ahead for Marshall. Looks at the three-point line, pulls the trigger, and leaves it short. Doherty is going to let it go out of bounds in the corner to secure the possession.
Yeah, he still looks a little tired. I know he got a little rest that time, but
Pinkerton is led throughout. They jumped out to a 13-2 run, led at halftime by a score of 37-23, and have led by as many as 21 in this second half. O'Neal, a teardrop, left it short. Ludden, the tip out. Up ahead it goes to Christian Brander for the layup, but he can't hit. Dunker the rebound. Ellis thought about the step back, and now Trinity will reset. Down by 17, inside out, Dunker, straightaway 3, up and in.
They need him to make some baskets, right? Good shooter.
It's his first field goal tonight. 62-48, nearly 2 minutes gone by. Fourth quarter, and a foul is called against Torres, who goes over the back trying to break up that pass along the sideline.
Well, they got a 7 right now. We have a 7-0 run to start the second half from Trinity. Defensively, they've stepped it up a little bit, trying to trap again up high. Love that. Trap. Let's get it. trap, trying to get turnover, do whatever you can.
The 7-0 run is the biggest run tonight for the Pioneers. Meanwhile, the foul was on Torres. He just picked up his 4th. The freshman has led the way tonight on offense for Trinity with 15 points. Meanwhile, Bienvenu Cernuda able to get the runner. It's his first 2 of the night. Meanwhile, Torres is fouled.
I love how aggressive Torres is tonight. Love it.
Took it right to the defender, and that's number 4 on Ludden. Torres with 10 of his 15 in the first half tonight. Has really progressed as the season has gone on. Started off the year coming off the bench. Looked good when we saw them against Exeter, against Merrimack as well. And
yeah, he has.
He's looked spectacular tonight.
He's looked better pretty much every game since he started being a regular player, and they've kept him on the floor. He's got some size. He's got some quickness. Got some bounce. He's a good shooter.
Plenty of length as well. Knocks that one in. Just 2 for 4 at the line tonight. And here's a jump ball. Now, there's that Pioneer full court press.
Yeah, just got to do whatever you can. If they can get it again within 8, I think they have a chance. Step up, trap, ball comes in the corners. You always try and trap the corners, right? You trap just across half court.
So picked off. Intercepted by Dunker. Ellis, good move, good finish.
And look what happened. I might want to think about calling a timeout if I am Pinkerton.
Right now it's a 10-2 run.
Cut it down. What's it, a 13-point lead?
It's the closest we've seen Trinity since the closing minutes of the second quarter.
Pinkerton, little lackadaisical with the basketball right now. Turned a couple over, missed a couple layups that are wide open that you normally would make. That's an easy one. Trinity's got to see that.
Marshall.
Got to see that in there.
He's got 41 tonight.
Only 41?
Just another day at the office for the state's leading scorer. Ellis just inside the three-point arc. Can't hit. Doherty going to crash the party and finish it off.
I'm glad to see Doherty back here in the second half. I'd like to see that.
Was held off the scorer's sheet in the first half. 7 points since halftime. Marshall, power dribble, power finish.
He's going to end up with 50 again here in a minute.
He's got 43. I believe his season high is 52.
It is, 52 season high.
Against Central.
Had a couple, he had a 40, what do you have, a 45 and maybe a 46 as well?
I think he had 50 against Bishop Girton as well. As his legend continues to grow here in his senior year. Travel is called.
Too many steps. Hey, guess what? I have 2 family members watching tonight, shout out, who love the YouTube and have subscribed. My mom, all the way out in California, and my wife is still watching because she's a veteran. She watches every night, tracks everything.
Glad to have them on board.
We've got to have fans. We need to collect, right? Collect as many fans as we can across the country.
We got a foul here. It's going to send Ellis to the free throw line. Another fun fact about this game.
I love a fun fact, Nick. Give me a fun fact.
Neither coach. No, I was about to say has called a timeout tonight. We saw one in the very early moments called by Trinity to put a stop to that 13-2 run, but no timeout since has been called by either coach.
Whoa! You know what? I mean, when you're ahead a lot, sometimes you don't need the timeout, or you use it to get a rest. The only time I would try and call timeout is if we had big runs, or you need to give your players a bit of a rest.
Ellis has played every minute tonight for Trinity. Goes 0 for 2 there.
Again, fatigue.
He's got 15 points to lead Trinity along with Torres. They both have 15. Here's a trouble. As again they say, Bienvenu Cernuda dragged that back foot.
I might want to have a discussion with him real quick, call timeout and talk to your point guard, because when we get playoff time, you can't afford to turn the ball over like that when you just drive to the basket. You got to make sure you get your feet squared away. 15
giveaways tonight by the Astros. Meanwhile, a foul is called as Ellis and Marshall collide at the free throw line.
2 big bodies right there banging into each other.
Yep. Marshall just picked up his 3rd. There's 3 team fouls each way as we head towards the midway point of this 4th quarter. Good cut. Get that out.
Oh.
Marshall, the big block, and then a foul is called on the loose ball.
He sent that home. Ooh.
Well, we saw him have 4 emphatic rejections last week in the win over Bedford. And a beautifully timed block there.
That was equally emphatic right there. I think they hey, don't come in here again. It's my house.
Pinkerton by 15. They go to Marshall. No look pass for Wallace leads to 2.
No look pass from the big man.
Wallace's first deuce off the bench. O'Neal into the lane. Can't get it. Torres there, and he's fouled on the way up.
He got whacked on the arm. There's Torres again. Torres is everywhere. Torres has been outstanding. I don't know how many times we could say that, but he's been outstanding. I'm running out of room on my sheet for his free throws.
Yeah, he's been busy at the line tonight.
Got to be a little more consistent from the line. It's only made 3. Yeah, that's going to help. A little more consistency. And again, some of this is your legs. He's played a lot. You get a little tired. You start to miss free throws. There you go. Take his time.
2 for 5 tonight at the stripe. So, Torres with a team-high 16 points. Trinity trying to stay in the game here as we're inside of 4 minutes. Still a 16-point Pinkerton lead. And we'll stay at this end as the ball was tipped out of bounds by the defense. Meanwhile, Coach Farmer is going to pull Doherty off the floor and come back with Aurelia. So a guard-heavy unit in for Trinity, and it leads to a steal. Aurelia goes all the way to the rim uncontested.
Nice play, good defense, good steal.
It's his first 2 off the bench. Bienvenu Cernuda up in the air, and Marshall's got the 2-hand alley-oop.
With a 2-hand, again we got to throw it down, big man.
45 and counting.
Good communication, too. Good communication by those 2. Is that a 3? Torres?
That's a long 2.
Long 2 from Torres.
18 now for Torres. Good pull up there by Bienvenu Cernuda.
Has to make up for those turnovers, those quick traveling turnovers.
There's a steal. Wallace gives it to Dempsey, and he stumbled a bit on the pass. And that's now 16 giveaways tonight for Pinkerton.
That's a lot. Coach will not be happy about that. I mean, I don't care. You win by, whatever the end score will be. But 16 turnovers is too much.
Torres trying to navigate. Long outlet pass by Marshall.
Wes Unseld outlet pass.
Brander finds Dempsey in the corner, who's got the 3.
Good
unselfish
rebound.
play there.
Oh, my, yes. Good. Wes Unseld, for all you old folks out there who know who Wes Unseld is on that outlet pass. He changed that shot, though. That's what he has to do more of. When people come to the basket against Pinkerton and Jackson's underneath, he has to change shots. Continually change shots of those that attack the basket.
O'Neal can't hit. O'Neal's played well tonight. The junior with 8 points. Meanwhile, another batch of substitutions.
Quiet in the second half, though, O'Neal. Quiet. First half?
Connor Bishop returns. We get a look at Jackson Tangway for the first time, another Trinity sophomore. Also, Courtside returns. So O'Neal is the only starter still in the lineup for Trinity here with 2.5 remaining. Free throw is up and in. Coming up after the game, stats, highlights, analysis. Plus, we're going to get both the winning head coach, which looks like Mike Dunham at this point, and we're going to see if we can get Jackson Marshall himself on set as well for the post-game interview. So don't go away.
Have one. Coach will probably give it up and go, just take him.
77-59 here with 2:20 remaining. Both teams in the bonus after that whistle. Oh. So Parker Bienvenu Cernuda will step to the free throw line here.
That's his first time to the free throw line tonight.
And that one rolls off the iron.
Giving Jackson a break. That's it.
Coach Dunham finally going to pull his superstar out of the lineup after a 45-point night. You get a look at Ryder Hawks, 6'1" freshman, into the game for the first time. Bienvenu Cernuda goes 1 for 2. And the lead is back to 19 as we close in on 2 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. The Astros have led from start to finish and have a chance here to match their largest lead of 21. Dempsey, drive and dump. Tough catch under the basket results in a travel. As it's called against Capleton Lacaze. He's come on as well for the first time. And for Pinkerton, Josiah Molina also on the floor for the first time.
All kinds of new guys out here now.
Yep. So both coaches going deep into the rotation here for the final 2 minutes. The rebound pulled down by Pinkerton's Jordan Sharp, the 6'1" senior who just came on. Tough fadeaway. Inside out, won't go. Pretty good look by Lacaze. The rebound to guard side. Three-pointer. Tanguay a good look, can't get it. Ball tipped in the lane. Aurelia is there. Aurelia goes up with the left hand, but left it short. Finally, the board pulled down by Lacaze. Three up and in.
Dempsey with his second three of the night.
Yeah, he's played very well tonight. Couple from downtown.
Memorable minutes, too. Important minutes as the game, early in the game, right?
Yeah, got in that rotation in the first half. All his scoring has come here in the second half, as he's got 8 points. We're inside the final minute. Bishop had it stripped. It'll stay here. And that gives Coach Dunham an opportunity to bring yet another youngster into the game. Chase Johnson, a 6'2" freshman, is going to step on, replacing Dempsey.
And you know, Chase Johnson, he looks every bit the freshman, right? Doesn't he? Look at that little face. Little young freshman face.
Three-pointer. Too strong. On the glass is Tanguay. Bishop back to Tanguay, and Trinity will pull it out.
I like to see those wide-eyed freshmen come in maybe for the first time. It's so much fun.
Big stage.
Indeed it is. Free throw contest now, Nick. Free throw contest for the last 35.9 seconds.
81-59, Pinkerton's largest lead is up on the board.
That's a lot of points. 81, a lot of points.
And Pinkerton's night jumped out to a 13-2 lead, and really, in a lot of ways, never looked back. The Pioneers did try to keep it close in that second quarter. A late run before halftime pushed the margin up to 14 at the break.
Yeah,
High water mark was 21 in that third quarter, and it's 21 again here with 35 seconds after the Aurelia free throw.
It was just too much. Too much from Jackson, too much from Christian Brander, played really well. Just too much.
Marshall, of course, is the headline. He had 45 points to go with 15 rebounds. And we hope to hear from him next, coming up in the post-game interview. We're down to 20 seconds. Tanguay up ahead. Bishop traveled on the catch.
Good try. Good look ahead. Throw the ball ahead. You want your teammates, right? Throw the ball ahead. That's okay.
The Pioneers going to fight to the final whistle as they deploy the full court press. Johnson, the freshman, gets his pocket picked. Good steal by Bishop. We're down to 5 seconds.
Too much dribbling, Nick.
Bishop into the lane, tried to bank it, follows off the glass. It's too strong, and that will do it here in Manchester. Pinkerton with another statement win as they improve to 15-1. Atop the Division I standings, 81-61 is our final. Trinity, they see their 3-game win streak snapped as they drop to 11-4. Coming up in just a moment, we're going to hope to speak with Jackson Marshall and Mike Dunham of Pinkerton, plus stats, scores, highlights, and more. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
All right, we're back here in Manchester following an 81-61 victory by Pinkerton as the Astros improve to 15-1. Nick Anastas along with Justin Gorham in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. Pinkerton goes wire to wire with this one. They jumped out to a 13-2 lead, led by double digits at halftime, and never looked back. We welcome in head coach Mike Dunham, and we'll speak with Jackson Marshall in just a moment. Coach, we'll start with you. Your team comes to another hostile gym, establishes the tone early, and played with the lead. How important has it been during this win streak to get off to that good start?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it comes from a good week of practice, a good couple days of practice. We've been off all week since the Bedford win. And kudos to the guys. They didn't come out flat after a Bedford win. But again, you know, them coming in here in a hostile environment, which this is great. This is why we play. It's been like this a lot of places that we've gone. A lot has to do with the big guy over here. People want to watch him play and see him play, and it's really fun to watch.
Starting to get used to the big crowds, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I think all our kids feed off it, not just Jackson. You know, it's all the other players as well. I thought Christian Brander shot the ball great tonight. And again, you know, kudos to Trinity. Coach Farmer's doing a great job. You know, and they're going to be tough to beat down the road.
Yeah. Justin?
Oh, I agree. I think, you know, it looked a little bit – the only thing I saw, a few too many turnovers, and that may have been because of your layoff. Guys just kind of threw the ball here and there, dropped a few balls. But otherwise, you did what you were supposed to do. I was impressed tonight, too, by Jackson running the floor more, getting down and tipping balls in. Have you discussed that with him at all? Or?
Absolutely. I try to get the big fella to run a little bit more, but – he doesn't like to do it in practice much, but
who does?
He's doing a great job, though. I mean, you see it every day. It's, you know, he's getting better and better. I always tell him he's a better basketball player than he is baseball player, but we'll let him talk about that at some point.
Some point, yes, I agree. And you did. The other guys, some of the other players, Christian shot well. He hadn't shot well, I guess, in a couple games, but today he shot really well, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, and he shot it well in practice the last 2 days. Christian just needs to be confident, you know, and I give him the green light to shoot it whenever he's open. And again, he's been playing pretty good defense too, which really helps. So, you know, if Christian's open, definitely shoot it.
Do you feel pretty good about how you look right now, or how you're playing going into the playoffs?
Yeah, I thought we played better in the first half than we did the second half. I think we got a little lazy on the defensive end in the second half. We didn't rebound the ball really well in the second half, but again, that's something that can be fixed.
Mm-hmm. All right, Coach, if you want to pass that over.
Coach.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations on another one.
Absolutely. I appreciate everything you guys do. Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. And now we're joined by Jackson Marshall, the state's leading scorer, coming in averaging 37 a game, drops 45 tonight.
Big fella.
Impressive. What's been the key in your mind, Jackson, as we speak with you for the first time, not just to your individual success, but the team's success so far in your senior year? What's been the story? What's been the trick?
I think we've had great practices leading up to today, and obviously Dunham's doing a pretty good job getting me the ball, getting Christian the ball, getting us open. If Christian keeps shooting like he is, then it gets me more open as well. So I think him spacing the floor helps me inside.
What were you looking to accomplish this year? Obviously the championship is the biggest goal team-wise, but in terms of your personal game, your improvement, what were you looking to work on going into this year?
I was looking to get a little bit better at defense. I mean, I think I've gotten a little bit better, but I think I have more room to work on that.
Well, you had some terrific blocks both tonight and last night for sure that I know Justin could appreciate.
Oh, absolutely. And I've noticed since last year, I don't know if you worked on this, on purpose, but your footwork has gotten exceptionally better than last year.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and my question, too, I have a big one for you. Now, just think about this one for a minute. Now, you take kind of quite a beating every night.
Yep.
Tonight you shot 15 free throws. You took a beating. How is it that you're able to, you watch Shaq get beat up. You watch some other big guys get beat up. How are you able to maintain your composure in some of these games when you're getting, whacked around?
I mean, I do this like almost every day. I mean, it's just part of the game at this point. I know I'm going to get hit going into the game, so I'm just used to taking it right now. So we'll see.
Do you ever get angry, or do you just feel like, hey, this is just the way it is, I'm just going to roll with it?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I get angry, but I figured out that it's not really worth it for me to retaliate, and I'll just go get a layup or something and dunk next end.
I'm impressed by that. Your ability to control your emotions and show that maturity on the floor. I am very impressed with that. So keep that up. That's good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, baseball it is next year, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's new.
You could do both.
I know. I mean, I think freshman year I'm just going to do baseball to start, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Mull it over. Everybody needs a big man. I don't care what they say. I don't care what anybody says. Every team needs a good, solid post player that doesn't exist anymore hardly at all.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Well, either way, as basketball fans, we would love to see it locally.
Absolutely.
But we understand you're even better at baseball, potentially. So, one final question. What needs to happen between now and March the 10th for you guys to win the championship and get that ultimate team goal?
We need to keep shooting. Everyone needs to shoot. That spaces out the floor for me, and then we need to compete on defense, keep taking charges because that slows the other teams down. And then, once I block someone in the paint, they're not going to come in a second time, hopefully. And if they do, I'm just going to do it again. So if we can keep them out of the paint, keep them shooting from deep, that's what's going to help us win.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Keep it up. Good luck. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thanks, brother. That's Jackson Marshall live here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, giving us the inside scoop.
I like that though. Talking to a player, that's fun right there. That's fun. It's good to see how he handles it and all that. That's good fun.
What'd you take away there?
Well, I think he's aware of what his team has to do to win, and that his awareness with that, with playing better defense, blocking shots, changing shots, all those things that he's aware of. That's huge for a kid to understand that. He didn't come in and just say, hey, guess what? They throw me the ball, I'll get 45 and we'll win. He's cognizant of what they need to do to get better, and the fact that he talked about his teammates. He talked about his teammates getting open shots, open looks, and how it makes it easier for him to get baskets. If they get open and they make shots, it's now easier for him to score the ball. So if you can do that, you're in good shape.
Some final numbers from tonight. We'll start with Marshall, 45 points as he continues to improve upon his per-game average of 37.
Man,
coming
into
tonight.
It's going to go up again.
Some really eye-popping numbers yet again on display. Had help from the aforementioned Christian Brander, who had 15 points, all from downtown. His brother Andrew, the senior, chipped in with 8 rebounds.
Yeah, rebounded well. He didn't score the ball like he normally has, but he rebounded well. He did some of that other intangible stuff that you need to do in order to win.
On the other side for Trinity, how about 19 points for the freshman Jordan Torres, also had 7 boards, and another strong game on both ends of the floor for the senior Devon Ellis. 15 points, 8 rebounds. Did a lot of the dirty work tonight.
He did.
For his team.
He always does. He always does. Every game.
All right, some final scores, Justin.
Oh, here we go. I got to surprise me. I like being surprised. I like being surprised.
We'll start in Division I. Of course, it's still the regular season for another week or so. Winnicott, a rare win for the Warriors. They topped Goffstown 58-52. Exeter, another W, as they outlast Manchester Memorial 74-63. Upset alert. As Merrimack leads Nashua South in the fourth quarter by a score of 43-41. Windham another win tonight over Concord as well, 66-48. In the Division III quarterfinals.
Oh, here we go. Playoff time.
Conant out in front of Guilford, and that's a final, 39-32.
Oh, it's a high-scoring
game. As the defending champs are bounced from the Division III tournament. We got a halftime tie between White Mountains and Mascoma. They're all knotted up at 23. St. Thomas, they survive and advance 67-50 over Belmont.
Yeah, it's a big win for them.
A reminder, next week's schedule a little unusual.
Uh-oh.
Because you and I will be working in conjunction with the NFHS Network on both Tuesday and Wednesday.
Oh, that's right.
For the girls and boys Division III semifinals. Those games can be seen live only on NFHSnetwork.com. Again, that's NFHSnetwork.com.
We'll let them do that.
We're back to the Division I schedule on Thursday as we will take a look at Keene for the first time as they take on Exeter in Exeter again on Thursday.
That'd be a good game. We haven't seen Keene yet.
That's right. Yeah. And they've been playing spoiler against a lot of teams, so that'll be an intriguing one for sure. So that's next week's schedule. Again, we're on the NFHS Network Tuesday and Wednesday with the girls and boys Division III semifinals. Then it's Keene against Exeter to wrap up the regular season in Division I on Thursday.
I'm ready.
Here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. All right, Justin, your final thoughts on what we saw here tonight, an 81-61 Pinkerton win over Trinity.
Well, what we saw is Pinkerton continues to improve, I think. After that win at Bedford, I think that gave them a lot of confidence. The turnovers can kind of be explained, I think, by having a week off, essentially. You're not as sharp if you don't play. And they practices this time of year are kind of a lot of shooting, a lot of shooting games. You work on some stuff. You don't run as much as you used to toward the end of the year. But they're playing so well. Big fellas playing well going into the playoffs, and that's what you want. You want your guys to shoot well, and you want them to be a cohesive unit. And I think Jackson made it sound like when we talked to him that's what he sees as their path to victory. A cohesive unit that plays well together. And even though Trinity lost on the other side, I thought they played hard. I thought that they didn't make some shots that they may normally make, and I think the game is closer in that case. They battled back a little bit and kind of, took some chunks out of that lead in the late in the third, early fourth. They weren't going to win that game. There's just too much. Jackson Marshall's just too much in the paint. Right now it's just too much. And you got to have someone, you have to either decide, are we going to double team? Are we going to not let him get the ball and try and contain? Because, again, you can't stop him.
Well,
you can only hope to contain
That's
him.
the dilemma
right?
every
so
D1 coach has to deal with moving forward.
So hard.
If Trinity is going to be beaten.
But
Pinkerton, rather.
They have potential to do well in the playoffs, however.
Yes. Yeah, Trinity's still a dangerous team for sure as they slip to 11-5. Want to thank the Mike and Mike show here at Trinity. Mike Connell, the athletic director, his right-hand man, Mike Martinez.
Mike and Mike.
For giving us the best seat in the house, especially at a game like this in a packed gym. We appreciate working with Mike and his staff all season long. And, of course, our crew here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, one-man band behind the lens tonight.
Well,
working
he's a
overtime.
Legend.
That is, of course, John Barron, who continues to put in work as we speak, spearheading not just the setup, but the breakdown as well. And, of course, the whole thing orchestrated by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios, overseen, of course, by executive producer Steve Beals, down in the Sunshine State.
Every time. Jealous. So jealous.
For Justin Gorham, I'm Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Pinkerton 81, Trinity 61. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.